Ishtakana, remix with Akon. You're one wrong, where this man come from? Mojin, Senegal Mojin. For Jamaican City Mojin. West Africa, to North Africa, East Africa, Addis Ababa. Have the same vision, Muslim and Christian. If we just listen.
Boom. Yes, indeed. Once again, it's on.
It's on and
Yes,
popping.
indeed. Give thanks, you know. Excuse me.
You know what I'm
While I
saying?
light my spliff, you know.
You know what I'm saying? Give thanks to the Most High, you know what I mean?
Give thanks and praise to the Most High. Here
Always.
the eye.
Always.
Selassie, Rastafari, right?
Rastafari.
Give thanks for love, health, and strength. These are things we have to give thanks for. Love, health, and strength. Here the eye. Selassie, Rastafari. It's Rastafari. So we burn the herbs because the herb is a meditation. And right now we going in some deep, deep, deep meditation. Oh my gosh. I got my brethren with me.
You know what I'm
Peace to
saying?
the fed, man. Rebel with a cause.
You know what I'm saying? Peace to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Allah Dominant, aka General Real, checking in at Think Champs, and we thinking it out.
Oh my gosh, no doubt. And you already know, we here in the historical West End. We here at Vegan Dream Doughnuts. This is called the edition of Think Champs called the, what I call it there?
Doughnut Shop Chop.
The Doughnut Shop Chop. It's always like almost a tongue twister.
Yeah.
I have to make sure
You gotta
I'm
say
nice
it
and
7
toasty
times.
to even pronounce the Doughnut
I'm drinking
Shop
that
Chop.
cucumber and lime, you know what I'm
Because
saying?
that's where we at right now. We're going to get into some Doughnut Shop Chop. And the Doughnut Shop is different from the barber shop. Because we ain't dip on basketball and politics.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's not about the sports arena.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much stats they have. They don't go on in the Doughnut Shop Chop.
No.
You understand? The Doughnut Shop Chop
Chop.
is really on some black love and
Overstand.
unity, some real respect and love and loyalty. You know?
That's right.
That's what the
Virtues.
Doughnut Shop Chop is always about. It's about us loving us again.
Yeah.
Us having respect for us again.
That's right.
Because see, my thing is, when you're dealing with love and respect, they actually are the actual same thing.
hmm
Because in order to get respect, you have to give respect.
That's right.
In order to get love, you have to give love.
That's right.
You understand?
Overstand.
So it's like, it's a continuous
Give or
oneness.
take.
It's like they both doing the same thing. They represent the same force.
Which one comes first?
Well, honestly, I look at it as love conquer everything. So we got to come to the love first for ourselves and the overstanding first for the Most High. That's the first love. So that's got to be always identical with first man. Because I realized as a man in life, I wasn't a real man until I realized the love that I had to have for the Creator who created me. You understand?
All praise.
To really be a man, all praise is due to the Most High. Because he created me as man in his image and likeness.
All praises
That's
to
a fact.
Now, I know I'm not a goat. I'm not a monkey. You can tell me that. You can't
Nope.
tell me that. You
Nope.
can't tell me I came from any cave.
Nope.
You understand? I was
Understood.
created in the image and likeness of the Creator himself.
God.
And he created man in his own image and likeness. And he said, male and female, I created them. So he created them, you know. And he said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it. So this is the reality that I know, you know what I'm saying, as Rasta living this life. Because in the era I grew up with, it was just like this. We came from different forces, you understand, but we all knew we had one supreme being, the Creator. So
That's
we
right.
came and built. You understand? We had ciphers.
Ciphers.
You understand? We came together and go into these ciphers, and we all came out with one full thing, which was
Right.
an understanding
Understanding.
or overstanding. You understand?
Understood.
At the end of the day. And that's what we did.
That's
We
right.
fed off that. You understand? And that is really what we grew off of. You understand? We grew off knowledge. wisdom, and understanding.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
You understand? And that's where these youth got to realize that we have to return to. In order for things to consistently keep the flow, they have to gravitate towards knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because that's what
Right.
keeps the circle of life going on.
That's right.
Now, as we look at it, you know, from our time perspective, you know, we had older ones who was there to more or less show us the way and the right way. You understand? And that was really what we gravitated towards. You understand? Because they've been there. You know what I mean? So if someone goes through something and they showing you what you've been through, back then we had respect for that. So we had to learn from that and see what we can learn to gain
We had
to
to learn.
deal with it differently.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? But now, in this generation we're living in, I call it the demon generation.
The demon generation.
Because it's a
Demonic.
demon mindset. It's
It's a
not the
reprobate
mindset of a God mindset,
Destruction.
of a divine mindset.
That's
See, it's a
right.
D, but the D is supposed to be for divine.
That's right.
You understand? It's supposed to be, you're supposed to be really on divine timing.
Divine time.
Not demon.
But now you're on demon time.
Because God's cipher is divine.
Who's telling them this?
Tell 'em.
If it's not the demon, the devil himself?
That's right.
Who would be telling them to be on demon time, to be worshiping a goat,
That's right.
That's
to
right.
be proud to be a goat? When the word goat, what they make it say, doesn't mean what a goat is. Because a goat is a very stubborn animal.
Yes, it is.
The-
Hard to break in.
Very disobedient is the goat. Right?
Right.
But here's the fullness now. The goat is also the head of the Baphomet.
That's right.
We know this, right?
Metaphor.
We know this, right?
We know this.
That the goat head is the head of the Baphomet.
Mouth,
And they want you to think that you are a goat.
That's the devil, man.
Who's really telling you to rush out there and be a goat and be on demon time? So now you out there on demon time driving a real fast car. You understand? Because this is a generation that grew up on, you understand, Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft
This is the
Auto.
Grand Theft Auto generation. Right?
Rise.
So now you out here driving a demon car, speeding, doing excess amount of speed with no seatbelt on because you on demon time.
Demon time.
You ain't got time to put a seatbelt on and give thanks to the Almighty
Everybody
to be in a
evil
vehicle.
Knievel. They all evil Knievel. All daredevils.
All daredevils,
Yeah.
ready to go.
Ready
Because
to
here
go.
what happened. What they don't realize is that a lot of people, what we looking at in this generation in time, is on a lot of medication and pills. We looking at it. We living in a serious time.
They not even prescribed by
Yeah.
the doctor though.
Could you imagine that? They just these things right off the street and wonder why these youth dropping like that. Because people are making these pills and people taking it and don't even know what they're really taking. Drugs. So I ask you, who was the biggest drug dealer?
We all know that answer.
White man.
The hospital. The hospitalers.
Government.
Hospitals, that's a good one.
The hospitalers.
Government. CDC.
All right, but what about CVS?
That, well,
Costco.
That's they pushing.
What
Save
about
on.
what about Because I know CVS is selling drugs every day, you know.
Walgreens.
Walgreens got his drugstore open right now.
That's
24
the-
hours.
That's the trap.
So my point is, who is really the real drug dealers? Because the end of the day, we never was dealing with drugs. We were dealing with natural herbs. You understand? We knew what stuff was, what was real and what was fake,
From the earth.
right? From the earth. But now you see what's going on now is people have put their trust in taking these drugs. A lot of these youth right now is on lean, listening to these silly rappers. I never seen nothing this ridiculous. You've told me they put it in a double cup because the acid in the lean will burn a hole through the first cup. That's why they call it they double cupping.
So they drinking the styrofoam that's burnt up and the lean.
Excuse me, let me light my spliffs. Talk about this issue, man.
You know,
Wow.
first
Are you-
I'd like to say give thanks to the Rise, for bringing me here. You're a rebel. to the Think Chaps. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
This is Major.
Skip
This is
that.
Major right here. You know what I'm saying? All praise due to the young lady right here for getting the camera going. You know, the young, they lost their fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the demon don't fight. He preys upon the weak.
Truth and right.
So they've all learned the science of preying upon the weak,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so, but they haven't embraced the science of evil enough to go against evil.
Mm.
They're just little weak and wicked demons,
True, true.
patriots of death.
Truth and
Yeah,
right.
that's what we're dealing with.
I can see
You see
that.
what I'm saying?
Truth and right. Yes, indeed.
And they don't understand the consequences of life and death.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so the whole science is, you know, we will in the war with watches, you know, money, anything that we feel has the greatest monetary status. We will in the war over that. But we not willing to war over common equality, social equality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a degree in 120, man. It's real powerful. It says, why does the devil keep us apart from his so-called social equality? Because he is filthy in all his affairs. And he is afraid that once we learn of him, we are running from amongst us. Social means to advocate a group of society of men for one common cause. Equality means to be equal in all things. So the science for us is we have lost that society and group of men who advocate for one common cause.
True.
You know, like money is not a common cause.
Right.
Money is strictly monetary.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
a common
true.
cause has something to deal with life.
With
You know
life.
what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And so they alive, but they not true in living
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because they living a lie. You know, it's a difference between being alive and being living. You know what I'm saying?
True, true.
The planet's alive.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But man should be living.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Woman should be living. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And so by them being on the little weak and wicked demon time, then what they're doing is they're depriving themselves of life and not even thinking about life. You know what I'm saying? So it's creating a pattern.
Right.
You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
It's
true,
creating
true.
a pattern. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like, I remember one day, it was like, my homeboy, I was telling him about, you know, slavery is one of my big homies. And he was like, cuz I know about slavery. You know? He's like, slavery is where Crips and Bloods come from. That's what we, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't really mention the Bloods. He was just saying, it's
Wow.
like, that's where Crippin' come from. But
Yeah.
I'm just giving lightness to the other side right now.
I see
You
what
feel
you're
what I'm
saying.
saying?
No doubt,
But
no doubt.
he was basically saying, out of that struggle, that's where we come from. You know, we looking up because we ain't going for that no more.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so it's like, you know, in the 60s and 70s, we had movies like Black Caesar. You know, here he was a gangster, he was well dressed.
Truly.
You know, he had ties where he could tell police what to do. He had information on certain mayors and governors, you know what I'm saying?
True, true,
So on the West Coast, when you really look at the Black Panthers, because this is the pre-Crip and Blood activity.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the Black Panthers, they were striving to make ties, get up. It was all over a stop sign.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. No doubt. Yeah.
It was all because we couldn't get a stop sign in the hood
Deep.
in California. You feel what I'm saying? In
Yeah.
Oakland. They couldn't get a stop sign over there.
Wow, because it's people dying.
Yeah, because people was dying, getting hit by cars was wrecking. It was like they had all the paperwork, everything. So I'm just saying, everything that we started came out of a struggle.
True.
But see, the reality is the young are not struggling right now.
Mm.
They got money. They got phones. They got ways of tapping in into all this weak and wicked stuff.
Truly.
You see what I'm saying? And they're choosing that. They're choosing that over life.
I can see that.
You see what I'm saying? And
Definitely
so this is what we're dealing with. You know, me, myself, you know, when I look at this, I say, well, you know, unity is evident, but there's only two ways it's going to happen. Either we're going to come together naturally or we're going to come together by force. But either way it is, we're going to come together. Like, regardless of what.
No doubt.
You know, we're going to come together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's written, we're going to come together.
Truth and right.
You know what I'm saying? This is what I do know.
Yes, indeed.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So either by nature or by force.
So let's talk about it then,
Yeah.
because right now people are forced to be vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as I said before on the same platform, haven't we took enough shots already? Haven't we as a people took enough shots already from this system, from since we came here and our children dying and family members being shot already? Haven't we took enough shots already? So now we're looking at the point now where we really have to be prepared.
Yeah.
We have to be prepared. There's no other time right now than being prepared. Because
Yes, sir.
this is the time when things are going to happen when people are unaware.
Right.
This is what the Most High is doing.
That's
He's
right.
coming as a thief in the night.
That's right.
The prophecy says, if the good man would knew the hour in which the thief would come, he would have kept watch. Right? He would have watched his place, because if you know if a thief coming, I'm going to be right there for him.
That's right.
But you never know when the thief is coming.
You never know when the thief is coming.
Right?
That's right.
And that's the same way the Most High is moving, as a thief in the night. So we have to be prepared for this hour. Just for instance, right? Let's go back a little bit. When this thing first dropped, right? All the beauty salons were closed. Barber shops were closed. Doughnut Shop still open. I was still open. Donuts
Yes,
was still being
sir.
sold.
Strip clubs. got closed.
Strip clubs were open.
Oh, in Atlanta? Oh, in
Yeah,
LA, they
oh
was shut
yeah.
down.
The
They was
strip
shut down
clubs
in
were
LA.
actually in the ATL.
They was
Yep.
knocked down in LA.
Yeah,
They started doing
they
private
power stayed on.
strip club stuff.
Literally, that was the most
Yeah.
amazing thing. Strip clubs were open, Walmart, Kroger still was open, but main stores were closed. A lot of businesses went out. But my point is getting to is that barbershops were closed, nail salons were closed, all beauty salons were closed. So it took that for a lot of black people to capture themselves and be one and be them whole self in their whole, look at themselves in a whole. Because guess what? They couldn't go to barbershop, so everybody had to let their hair just grow.
And
right?
go back into what I said, though, they were forced into it.
Forced into it.
Forced
right?
into it.
So now they forced to do these things. They had to forcefully basically be themselves. Now they open the thing up again, and now everybody back into this fake reality. You know, all this fake, this, everything fake. And here's the thing. We got to realize that fake is the new real.
You said that.
We got to realize that fake is the new real. You understand? Everything is fake is supposed to be the new real. Real ain't even real to them anymore, right? But my point is saying is that in this time and era we're living in, people are very unprepared, right? Because just look at that. A little storm came by, shelves empty, right?
Quick.
It's already a shortage of things already. We know we're dealing with shortages upon shortages right now. They ain't talking about it. Everything is all kept under the rug.
That's right.
But you know the rug is lumped up right now.
It's real lumped up.
Yeah, that rug
People
is
tripping
lumpy.
over that rug.
That's a lumpy rug right
It's a
now.
lumpy rug.
You know.
Yeah.
So we dealing with the lumpy rug.
And the closets
And-
are opening.
Yeah, and like I said, fake is the new real. So now they got a metaverse, right?
That's right.
A fake world, right? That people want to spend real money to be in something fake.
Second life.
And they on demon time, which demon time and TikTok go together
Absolutely.
because the devil, you know the devil, right?
It's me, money.
He loves the idle mind,
I don't mind the devil workshop.
and that mind is used through time. It's being TikToked away because TikTok is really time.
That's right.
TikTok is time.
TikTok.
Felt that.
So you spending all your time flipping and scripping, and you on demon time
Man, I done seen kids sit up and watch TikTok all day.
because that's
Just
the
TikTok.
program.
Little
That's the
1 minute
program.
frames.
That's the program. But what we got to realize is that we have to get used to letting go of these things because they pushing out this 5G heavy, and it's going to make a lot of people sick. They're going to blame it on all this other stuff, but they're not blaming it on this 5G technology. And this 5G technology is going to make a whole bunch of people sick because of all these waves being sent to people straight to their brain because they got the phone in their
You know what's
hand.
crazy? I've been having headaches ever since that 5G cracked.
Yes.
My children been complaining about headaches.
Yes.
Everybody's been complaining
This is
about
the
their ear hurting.
reality. This is the reality because we're spending more hours on that computer, on that phone, more than anything. And that phone is faced right to our forehead. You cannot look at the phone without having your forehead. They even got you comfortable with having a facial recognition.
Yeah.
You got to make sure your forehead is directly in there. Slide your mask down and all that. Make sure you're up
Take
in
your
there.
glasses off.
So the design is having people comfortable with this thing into their face all day. And that's what's giving people headaches and all these things because all those rays is being shot through us. Ain't nothing else making no one sick. They could blame it on anything else, but they haven't blamed it on the phone and their technology. Notice that. You understand? So we living in a time and era we got to be comfortable cutting these things off. You understand? And not using these things as much as we're getting accustomed to. Because you got to understand, we got accustomed to using this thing much more frequently than we ever have. You understand? It was a time when I came to someone's house. I was at my female's house. You understand? And we vibing our little time together. I'll put my pager or my cell phone off, or you know what I'm saying, on the side off. Even if it rang, I wouldn't go answer it.
Right.
Because I'm enjoying the moment and the time we sharing together and the energy that we building together.
That's right.
Without the phone. You understand? So I would actually sit that down and not answer it. It would ring, but I'm not doing that because I'm busy, you understand, with the one that I'm with at the moment. There was a moment in time we did that because we had that much more discipline. You understand? But those times and eras is done. People sit right side by side each other and they on these phones all day like it's a normal reality. So that time really spent ain't really that time spent. You understand? We got that out of our natural way of being. Listening
if
to
you're in
these
a fake
people.
world, in a sense, you're asleep.
Oh yeah, that's a big sleep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what I'm seeing. See, it all started with these fake reality shows. MTV, VH1. You know?
Yeah.
And so
fake reality shows.
Fake reality,
You said it
right?
right there, okay.
Scripted reality, right?
Yeah, scripted reality.
So, but the people in the world are now living that scripted reality.
Can I mention one? Can
Yes,
I mention
sir.
one fake reality show that I think that caused a lot of damage? Here's one for you. Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Ooh, you know what? Can I tell you something? I want to tell the whole world this.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to believe me, but I don't give a damn anyway because we're the Think Champs.
Yes, indeed.
I've never watched one episode. I made it my business. You see what I'm saying?
You got to do that.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Because
got to do that.
let me tell you something. I was blessed enough to see the cast before it came out. And, you know, because one of my good friends was working on that cast and telling me what was going on and even asked me if I might want to come over there one time. I said, hell no. But the whole science of it is, it's like when I seen what was going on and where it was going, I said, boy, this is like, this is going to be worse than the football wives thing and the mafia wives. Because these black girls going to get on here and act a fool.
Truly.
See, a nation can't rise no higher than this woman.
Truly, some true sound. You say that again, Kane.
A nation can't rise no higher than this woman.
How you see that?
I'm going to tell you how I see it. You know, I was watching Gully TV one day. Shout out to Gully.
That's big him up,
You know, he started right here in Atlanta with me. You know what I'm saying? We got it in. And he had a post on there that said, it showed this black girl with her 4 sons. And it said, Section 8, black woman, no black men in the house, equals gay sons. And it shows all of them popping their booties and doing that little dance. And she's doing the walk like this. You know that little walk everybody be doing to get
the
kid
chicken,
made?
like a chicken.
She doing the little walk.
Dance, yeah.
But the little boys is popping their booty. She walking regular. and they popping their booty and shaking their head. And I'm talking about, and
Wow.
so, and it's like a little video clip.
Yeah.
But the point that I'm making about that is,
So, man.
a lot of people was upset about that comment. You know, because of this political correctness game, the truth is more than frowned upon these days.
Truly, truly, truly.
You know, it went from the truth being frowned upon to people wanting to fight with the truth. Oh, you can't say that. These people have a right to think what they want to think, and I have a right to think what I want to think. See, my thing is, in society, you know what's crazy? When people look at young black gangsters, right?
Yeah.
They don't like seeing that. Can I tell you why?
What is that?
Because they know they'll kill. When a man who has women and children with him, he don't like seeing the bati boy or the gay boy. Why? Because when you see them, you got to think about their filthy sex habits.
Truth and right.
It's impossible to look at them and not think about their filthy sex habits.
Right. True.
Because that's what makes them who they are. That's what makes them who they are. You see what I'm saying?
No way around it.
So it's the same thing in society. See, but the thing is,
But hold on, I pray the eye.
oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I pray the eye still though, because so the anal is a filthy thing, right?
Very.
The anal is a filthy thing. I mean, we know what come out the anal, right?
Right.
Good.
I wasn't even trying to go there.
But I have to.
Right.
I have
right.
to. I have to because
I want to give a little knowledge.
because
of where I was
we
going
got to
with
get there. You understand? Because we being attacked as black men.
it. Right. We being
Yo,
attacked.
we being attacked as black men, brethren, and you know, I defend as a black man the black woman and child.
That's right.
You understand?
That's right.
You know, and again, when I tell you, I'm so glad I'm in the era that I was born in. You know.
Can I tell y'all the post that I seen, and y'all probably heard about this post?
But you see my shirt, right?
Yeah, make Atlanta straight again. I love it.
Ooh, brethren.
Hold on. Let me tell you about this post I seen. This is gonna blow your mind if you ain't heard about it. It was a transvestite on there on TV. After getting his body and all that done, he said, "I'm more woman than you bitches is. I know how to treat men. I look better than you. I got more money than you." So what I'm saying is, this thing is going from bad to worse. So now it's about to be a war in between the real women and the but this come from the women accepting the men that's like that. You accepted them.
What you said, women or girls?
No, this was a man.
You know what I'm saying? Because you said the women accepting it or the girls accepting it.
I want to say women.
Because I look at it.
I want to say women. I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
They're very intelligent, very savvy women who may not even be gay themselves, but they support anybody who's trying to do something for themselves, as they say. You see what I'm saying? See, what you got to understand is a nation can't rise no higher than this woman. This is what we was talking about.
I agree.
Okay, so these are not what they call quote unquote hood rats walking the street to the poor women that are defending this. These are rich, intelligent women who've been to college, took psychology courses, all this. And they know that these men are suffering what they call from gender dysphoria, but they still have you gotta understand, like, black people, we lost our moral compass, okay?
I agree.
And this is the reason why no nationality respecters, nobody in the world wants to say, hey, I'm black, or I came from black people, even though it's the truth.
True.
Nobody wants to say that because the people that they have looked upon the world to call black people, the condition that we're in now is only because we're not changing our condition. We're going from bad to worse.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Anytime a black man can get his body recut up at a knife as if it's malleable, right?
Right.
And get on TV and tell people that he's more woman. So you gotta understand, in his life of being gay, it was some women that accepted him and took him in.
Oh, for sure.
And talked that old honey child and this and that.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Truly.
But he didn't disrespected that reality. He disrespected that. You understand what I'm saying? He disrespected his mother, his grandmother, all that with that comment. And so what I'm saying is, when people get into these evil sciences and these wicked sciences, it go from bad to worse.
True,
It never
true.
stops.
Right.
You see what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
The black man in slavery had like, the black man and woman had like a 6% suicide rate in slavery. Right?
Right. That's true, son.
But within that community, it's a 49% suicide rate. 49%.
49%.
That's real high. No, these are known numbers. You can look these up.
See it.
49% suicide rate
Mm-hmm.
within the LGBTQ alphabet community.
Well, here's the thing, though. Should a real man, right, who
Right.
respects and loves the black woman, right,
Mm-hmm.
and child, right, and defends the black woman and child, because you got to understand, as a real man, we see ourselves as lions,
Mm-hmm.
right?
The Lion of Judah.
Right. Give thanks and praise. And we know what
Yeah.
the Lion of Judah is. You understand the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie. And as a conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, you see him with his whole pride.
Right.
You understand? You don't see the king
Right.
by himself. You see His Majesty with his empress and his royal family. You understand? And their
Right.
family that grows and grows, because that's what it's about.
Right.
You got to understand, our royal heritage comes from being a clan,
That's right.
because clans are what the animals do, is what the lion does. He forms a clan. You understand? His pride is originally starts to be a clan,
Right.
because it grows and grows and grows, and it comes from that
Older generation.
pride. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? That's
Right.
how Africa is. That's how we are as a people, right? So
Right.
I look at it as like, not everyone, right, of us in this day and time is going to be left in the cipher.
Not at all.
You understand? Because this thing is sifting out right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we can see it before our eyes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That it's sifting out, you know? And what's left in the sifter? What's actually left in the sifter?
The best part.
The best part, but it's also the
bottom
Most
of it.
High's chosen part too.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because you got to be chosen to be still left in that sifter right now. You understand? That's the part we at right now.
Right.
It's sifting out to the part that only the chosen and those who have washed their garments to be coming through the sifter.
Right.
You understand? That's what we're
Right.
dealing with. In
Right.
real reality and time, but I deal with it in parable. You understand? Because, like I said, this is the time for us to really organize ourselves and centralize ourselves. Marcus Garvey said, organize or die.
Right.
So Marcus said, His Imperial Majesty said that I and I must come together and organize and centralize. Right?
Right.
So this is the fullness of what we have not put together and dealt with.
Right.
This has been stagnating our whole program.
We've been striving to deal with it, right?
Right.
But let me tell you what the problem is.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ever seen that cartoon Lion King?
True.
Remember, the lion was grown before he realized he wasn't a wolf or whatever that was he was hanging with.
Right. That's true.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
The lion thinks he's a wolf
Mm.
and a demon and a snake. See, the lion don't know he's a lion right now. See, this is the problem. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So when we look at it, when we look at this in totality, right?
Yeah.
If the lion don't know he's a lion, then
Right.
he's other than himself.
Truly.
So he not protecting his pride.
Mm-hmm.
He not there with his pride. He not moving as a clan.
Ah, I see what you're saying. No doubt. No
He's
doubt.
not in his original origin. He's not himself.
Yeah, that's singularity.
You see what I'm saying? She's not herself no more. She not going out and hunting for those babies no more.
True. That's so
She'll
real.
let a lion or a wolf come eat them babies up now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's getting to that point for real.
All the women in that pride are coming, let some lion or some off-lone wolf come in there and eat them up now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because they not in their natural origin, not they self. This is what I want to tell y'all about because I know we're short for time. One day we at home, we in LA, and I tell my son like, we gonna go out here and we gonna go out here and demonstrate for for George Floyd. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So we go out to Hollywood, we go out to downtown, hit that. It's all LGBT community, Black Lives Matters out there.
That's this.
So my son tell me, man, I ain't marching with none of them. I said, cool. I said, let's go to
I know that's right.
let's go over here to Hollywood right quick, see if this is where everybody at. We get over there, there's even more of them.
There's more of them in Hollywood.
So you know what I tell my
Hollywood.
son? You know what I tell my son? This is how broke down the black community is, that a fake community can come and stand up for black people.
Yeah.
This is a shame.
Right. True. Yeah, but it was all an agenda, though.
It was all agenda. Now check this out. We came together to tear LA up and go steal though.
True. Now that's a real fact. They did the same thing here in Atlanta.
That's one thing I love about LA. We ain't scared to go take it from the master.
That's so true.
We'll
That's
go
so
get
true.
that. We definitely gonna capitalize if nothing else.
Atlanta.
You see
too.
what I'm saying?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, but see the capitalization, we've learned to be capitalists from the capitalists, but we haven't learned to take back what's ours from the capitalists.
Can we say that again?
We have learned from the capitalists to be capitalists, but we haven't learned to take what's ours from the capitalists.
So true. And that is pretty much everything.
You see what I'm
You
saying?
understand? Yes, sir. That's so true.
You know? See, the devil teach and keep our people illiterate. They're teaching them to be illiterate. You feel what I'm saying?
That's so
It was a time that them type of clothes was Daisy Duke clothes. See, the clothes that women wear today, regular women wear, those are prostitute clothes.
Well,
Regular women wear prostitute clothes.
let me say
now.
something, though. Because there's a thing that the women wear right now, right? And this is a normal thing to wear right now. They call it a cat suit, a body suit,
Body shaper.
right? But my point is, what is a bodysuit? Isn't that your naked body?
And that's what it's made to look like.
Tights.
No, I'm saying, but a bodysuit is really your naked body. That's the real bodysuit. Like, everybody got a bodysuit,
Do all of us in
Right.
here know who Marvin Gaye is?
right? So
Right.
I'm saying, like, if you got a bodysuit, that's your natural bodysuit, and you feeling comfortable with your actual body out,
You're a real
that
woman.
whole thing is what really lowered the vibration. You understand? Because we ain't supposed to be out here exposed all the while.
There you go.
Our women are jewels.
Yeah.
You know, and this is the thing. That's why, you know, if these women would really listen to real men, you know, conversation and what real men really like, as opposed to what these next gender people like.
Right.
Because that's what it's all designed about. Because, you know, brief history is that makeup was first worn and made for the European or the Roman,
That's right.
because they were on stage performing and they didn't have women actors, only men. So the men had to wear makeup on his face and dress up as a woman. It was Romeo and Juliet with two men.
Right.
I know that, right? Romeo and Juliet with two men, right? That were played by two men, right? My point is now that all this stuff that's going on, like even right now, all this filter stuff. You understand? They putting all these filters on this and that. So at the end of the day is, you're not comfortable with your own beauty?
Nope.
It's
How
bigger
somebody
than that, though,
gonna?
Ron.
How about somebody gonna give you a beauty that you comfortable with, and you ain't comfortable with your own beauty?
Yo, Roz, I've been psychologically taking them out.
This thing is so deep,
It's
brethren.
bigger than that. It's bigger than that. Guess what? Guess what? They have the option to do it, and they gonna try it. I told you the devil teach and keep our people illiterate. When they come with the new app, everybody hears about it. Even me and you, we not even into it. But I know you heard about the new app where you can change your face up and do all that.
I'm never
It's
doing
like,
that.
yeah.
I'm never
But the
doing
whole
that. See,
point
the whole
is,
thing they not
people are
telling
doing
people
it.
that That's facial recognition. Anytime you do any of that little
what's behind it.
stupidness with
No
your
doubt.
face, it's facial recognition. That thing is lining your face up. You think they going ahead and they doing that, but basically
It's also
they making
animalistic.
Sure
It's animalistic.
Listen, they basically monitoring you and keeping you updated to make sure they got you on lock.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
when you think about it.
Listen, it's all bigger than that now. You know, they teach and keep the people illiterate. I'm stuck on that because it's an option. You know, it's kind of like I'm in LA and I'm dealing with a lot of the younger homies and I'm seeing they popping up with all these guns. and they was able to order them over the internet. And they
See.
call them ghost pistols.
Wow.
And you got kids, it's not illegal to order a couple pieces and then go buy the firing pin over here and put it on you. And so you got these intelligent mind, young kids from LA to New York. I went to New York, the little kids had the ghosts out there too. And I'm saying little kids, 13, 14, 15, they get their mama's credit cards and they order them. That's how all these kids got guns. And what I'm saying is, bro, they're teaching and keeping them literate by giving them the option.
True.
There's nothing on there that says, hey, show your ID, prove you're 21 to get this gun, none of that. It's
None
just
of
credit
that.
card and buy the pieces.
Wow.
Right, so what I'm saying is they're giving the people these options. You gotta understand, when Obama made it the right for same-sex marriages, he made the option for this to be out in the open, outside, you have to accept it. Now they got a movement, if you discriminate against me, I can sue you, I can take your restaurant, I can do this, that, and the third. This is what's going on. And so they've created these options. And so it's so many options. And the options are called what? Apps. Everybody's apped out. You see what I'm saying?
True.
And so they just had the option to lose their mind. They have the option to go, wow. It's just like when liquor became a phenomenon and they had moonshine and all that. The people, and then once it became legal, they had the option to go in the store and buy it. Now more people started getting drunk. It's even a thing they said more people started getting drunk, more people started dying from car accidents and all that once they made it legal versus when it wasn't illegal because people were sneaking and doing it and sitting somewhere and not going nowhere. See, this the whole sign is like, bro, it's all options, bro.
Yeah.
They didn't give people the option to do devilish.
Yeah. Because fake is the new real.
Fake is the new real.
You see what I mean? Because now the option to be a man or not be a man, the option to be a woman or not be a woman, is fake is the new real. So, you know, I look at it as like, we living in a serious time, right? But you got to understand these times have came and gone before. You understand? There's nothing new under the sun. You understand? But there's a portion in the scriptures where it says that 2 women shall be at the mill, and one shall be taken, and another left. And it says 2 men shall be in the field, one shall be taken, and another one left. Right? Now, the way they got people thinking is that you want to be taken. You understand, and get drifted off to this amazing place or whatever. You understand? But the reality is, as the righteous shall inherit the earth, and they shall cover the earth as the waters cover the sea, and the meek shall inherit the earth. That's the reality of it all. So when it's all said and done, I want to be the one that's left. I'm not rushing to be taken away. You understand? I'm looking to be here and inherit it all, because it's the Almighty's kingdom. You understand? And they're not showing us that's the full picture that's coming. You understand? The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. They got people thinking the world is yours. No, the world is not yours. The world is the Almighty's and the fullness thereof. The world and all those who dwell therein. You understand? This is what the prophecies show us, so we know in the reality when it's all said and done, no matter what they saying, you understand? Because again, like I show you, it's only 6% affected with this thing in Africa. You understand? It's very low. They trying to figure out how this going on, and they didn't take the shot, because a lot of Africans didn't take the shot, for one, and they know that, right? So if they not getting vaccinated and they didn't take the shot and they not dying, that should show you a lot. You understand? But we ain't watching that. We listen to what these people showing us, the numbers of what's going up and what's going on here. But the reality, like I said before, is that you got to realize that there are a combination of people. You got the vaccinated, the unvaccinated, but then you still got the healthy. You understand? The healthy people don't need to be vaccinated because they're not sick. You understand? And those healthy people are not getting vaccinated because they know vaccinations will make them sick.
Vaccinated same ones are the carriers.
That's the reality we come into now. So now we realizing after everything is said and done, after these people done took the second, the double, the booster, and the triple, and waiting for the next one on the list, right? They still getting sick.
Man, my brethren, man, a good brethren of mine, man, him and his wife got sick. And, she took the shot.
Okay. I'm gonna write this script. Yeah, listen.
And she died in September. And then he died in November. You know, when she took that shot, she became a carrier and brought it in the house. You know, we know about syphilis. We know about Tuskegee. We know about a new thing that they're doing that's really killing us too as well, is that they're taking our young black boys and saying that they have mental disabilities and putting them on Thorazine and all these different drugs, and you know, I don't know the names of all that, but you know, they and so our people, we're numb to drugs. We used to doing drugs anyway. You know what I'm saying? And so you just imagine these little kids is on these drugs, they got these pills, they gonna hand them to their friends, hey man, try one. You know, it's like, man, it's like I said, the option is there, man. You know, they got the little kids on, you know, on drugs, they got the old folks on drugs, you know, it's like, it's mental health is at an all-time low. You know what I'm saying? And it's the mental health is a stem to having a good society. You see what I'm saying?
That's so true.
And so when the Most High is not first, and you know, see, one thing it says in the Bible too, I want to quote on, is that Adam, he was given dominion over all things.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So the Father made this planet Earth as a home for us. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A home for all humanity. Although the original black people are the first ones of the planet. You know what I'm saying? And, this is where the jealousy and the envy and the greed come from all the other nationalities. You got to send the slaves. We in this room called America. And everybody outside that room, prior to the 1920s, they knew exactly who you were and what was going on, but you didn't know. So basically, now that we're alive and living, when we're speaking to people, they think we're crazy. You see what I'm saying? But they're suffering from all the things that they see themselves suffering from, and the things that we tell them they're suffering from, because what they don't understand is a lot of the righteous, we went through hell. You know what I'm saying? We suffered to suffer right there with them. See, it's not a thing where the righteous ain't suffering with them. You see what I'm saying? But they tend to think when you're suffering with them that you're no different than them, and which we're not striving to be different than them. We're trying to show them how to be a greater and higher self. See, it's one thing about the 8, right? The number 8 is build or destroy. And so society is on the lower part of the 8. You know? Right, they scared to go to the top part of the 8. The 8 is 2 squares. You know what I'm saying? Positive and negative, the yin and the yang. So it's like, you know, this is where we at. So the unity, I think, you know, and I ain't no super scholar or nothing, but I think the unity for us right now is gonna come by force. It's gonna come by struggle. You know, I'm not a Muslim, but I was studying some readings on Muhammad, and Muhammad asked the angel Gabriel, why did he have to go through so much struggle? And he told him that Allah said through his struggle was gonna come the wisdom to fight. So, you know, through our struggle is gonna come, you know, the wisdom to make us fight. You know what I'm saying? We got the knowledge, but we ain't living it out. You know what I'm saying? We're really doing too much talking. You see what I'm saying? We know we're supposed to have firearms. We know we're supposed to have guns because we have a right to have them, just like everybody else got a right to have them. You know what I'm saying? We know we had a constitution and we have a right to protect our property and our things. We know we have these rights, but we're not exercising them. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, my last note I wanted to say, 2 things here. They get us in the penitentiary at such a young age now that we're never able to legally have a gun. But what all men need to know, especially black men, you always have the legal right to have a 12 gauge or a rifle. It's your constitutional right whether you have a felony or not. You just can't have a handgun. I just want to tell the people that.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So, and another thing is we just not mentally healthy. That's just all there is to it. So until we get mentally healthy and really get with the righteous, and stop being scared to be ourselves. We just scared to be ourselves. You know, I remember growing up, we clown. We used to be like, nigga, what you got all them books for? You think you gonna be a doctor, nigga? You right here with us. You feel what I'm saying? So I remember being like that. You know what I'm saying? I remember, you know, thinking that somebody reading was a dummy. Like, you're really the dummy. You think them books gonna save you, nigga? We getting money over here. You see what I'm saying? So this thing, it move in levels. You know what I'm saying? It move in levels. So, but the level that we all need to get down is that we've had enough struggle. When we gonna kick it in? We've been through enough struggle. We got hung. We got decapitated. We weren't allowed to have families. We weren't allowed to know our children. And now we're in a situation where we can do whatever we want to, and we're not doing it. So we just got to stop talking and manifest this knowledge and wisdom that we got. You know what I mean? So that we can get overstanding. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. How I see it, man. Peace to the world.
Man, just peace to the family, man. Thanks for coming through, man.
Man, thank
Dropped
you
a lot
for
of
having me,
science,
man.
man. It's right and exact. You got any last things you want to say to the people, your information?
That,
They could get at you.
yeah, man, I ain't got no information done like that, man. But what I do want to tell the people, man, is today it's about love and respect, you know, and they go to hand in hand, you know, because you can't have love without respect, and you can't have respect without love. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we need to understand, you know. I've learned in my life that murder brings murder. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, even the hardest man deep down in his heart wish he had peace. You know, when you really go through it, you wish you had peace. You know what I'm saying? Proper education always corrects error. I want to tell the babies out there that, man, don't be scared. You know what I mean? Don't be scared to be real. Don't talk to the police. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem, man, take it to your family first. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? And always think of resolve.
Yes, sir.
Never think in your mind that you can't resolve any situation. You know what I'm saying? And awareness is your greatest tool. So stay aware. Stay dangerous.
Awareness is your greatest tool. I like that. Stay dangerous.
Give thanks, family, you know what I mean? Because that right there was real enlightening, man. I give thanks for the hour and the build, you know? And you know what I mean, just for this hour and this moment for us to chop it up, I'm thankful because as brethren, this was always uplifting for us to do, but it's good for others now to get a sip of this, you know what I mean, so they can realize how we can grow together as a people because we got more in common than we have differences. You know what I'm saying? Especially as one people, as one melanated people. You understand? And getting to that one perfect love again is what we strive to achieve, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, love each other as brothers and sisters. You understand? We have to let go of the nigger and B mentality. You understand? If we're dealing with the nigger, we have to deal with the niggas.
That's right.
You understand? The niggas, which means king. And when you look up who is the niggas, you're going to find this king here, His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie. So we come from kings. We come from royalty. So we have to respect ourselves again as royalty, as a people. So I'm thankful for us to be out here building and getting this sip and this knowledge, you know what I mean? Because this is what we need to build on, our truth. Because, you know, you heard his story. And you're full of his story, actually. But it's time, actually, we in Black History Month, right? Yeah, we in Black History Month, so we're going to keep this black of black and let you know, let's love ourselves 365 days a year again. Let's get black to loving who we are. You understand? And not getting caught in this program because we got to rely on one another again. We got to be able to talk to one another again and barter and trade again. Get back to working together again. You understand? Not this social distancing madness that the society got us under. You understand? Love one another as brothers and sisters. You understand? Return to that one love because we had it already. You understand? We already had it. You understand? This is something that we have let society take away.
We gave it to the world, and now we ain't got it.
And now we ain't got it. Could you imagine that? Yeah, give thanks. This is a new episode and another episode of what? The Thank Champs.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Peace and blessings, y'all. One love.